In this video, I'm going to show you how to draw the sides for the box. This one is a little more complex because we're going to be using two sketches. So the first thing I need to do is go File, New, make sure I'm in metric, and then start a standard millimetre to IPT, just like we have for the previous two parts. Then I'm going to start a 2D sketch on the XY plane, and I'm going to grab my line tool. Alright, so I'm going to start at the origin, wait for that cursor to go green, click, hover out to the right and type in 37.7. Then I'm going to just reposition, hover up, type in 3. Then out to the side, 24.6, and then back down 3. And last one for this bottom line of drawing is 37.7 out to the right. Okay, for the side, I'm going up 37.7, the dimensions are the same. I'm going in 3 millimetres, I'm going up 24.6, out to the right 3, and back up 37.7. Now I'm just going to draw a straight line across the top, and this line is going to be 100 millimetres. And then for the left-hand side, I'm going to replicate the dimensions I've drawn on the right-hand side. So 37.7 down, 3 millimetres in, 24.6 down, 3 millimetres out, and then the last line should take us back down to the start, 37.7. At this point, I'm going to finish sketch, and I'm going to extrude it to 3 millimetres. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is start a 2D sketch on top of this drawing. So I'm going to click Start 2D Sketch, and I'm going to select this front face of my work. Okay, now I'm going to be working up in this top right hand corner. This time I'm going to select the Circle tool, and I'm going to just hover in a random spot close to the corner, and I'm going to click once, and then you can see that I can resize my circle there. I'd like this one to be 4 millimetres, so 4 and enter. Now I would like to move it so that it's only 1.5 millimetres from each of the edges. So at this point I'm going to select the Dimension tool, and I'm going to start by selecting the green circle, and then I'm going to select this right hand line here, and I'm just going to hover down. Click once to place the dimension down, and then type in 1.5, enter. I'm going to do the same thing again, except this time I'm selecting the circle and then the top edge. So I'm just going to hover out to the left, click once to place the dimension down, and then type in 1.5 again and enter. Okay, I'm going to draw another circle, so I'm going to grab my circle again. I'm going to start it in the centre of this circle. So you can see that when I hover over, I get my little green dot. So I'm going to click, and I'm going to bring it out, and I'm going to dimension this one to 9, and then enter. Okay, now that those two elements are drawn, and we've dimensioned it just away from the side, I'm going to finish sketch, and then I'm going to extrude just the outside part of this. So not the inside, just the outside. So I'm going to select Extrude, and this time I'm going to have to select what part I want to extrude because there are two options. So as I hover over, you can see the colour change very slightly. So I'd like to highlight that outside edge, and what I want to do is actually extrude it back. So I'm going to change the direction using this little arrow here, and I'm going to make sure that I've still got that first little box selected. So first box for join, second arrow for direction 2, and then OK. And you can see now that we have this little circular shape attached. Okay, we're almost done with this model. The last thing we need to do is add our line to the centre to help us with assembling later on. So the same as what we did previously, we're going to select the arrow underneath the plane, then mid-plane between two planes. This time I'm going to select this right-hand side here. I'm going to flip my view around, and then select the left-hand side over here. And now I've got my yellow line through the middle of my drawing. This model is now finished, so I'm going to go File, Save As, make sure I'm saving it in the right spot, And I'm going to label this one sides, because this will be the piece we use for the sides of our box. Save. And now watch the last video for modelling, and then after you have modelled that component, you will be assembling the pieces together.